This is KevyKev here at the Missouri Athletic Club, and we're getting set to take part of the 2023 St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame Enshrinement Dinner, taking place here again at the Missouri Athletic Club. And we're so excited because one of our very own, our brother Demetrious Johnson, is one of the 11 who will be enshrined and inducted in tonight's dinner. So stand by. We've got interviews coming up from DJ's family and many more here at the Missouri Athletic Club and the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame 2023 Enshrinement Dinner. Mike, this is special for DJ and his family tonight.
Very special. I've never been to this event before, and the only reason why I'm here is to honor him. Okay. My history with DJ goes back to when he was a senior at McKinley. Okay. And he was practicing with our flag football team, and I knew him when he had a gold tooth in his mouth the whole time. And I used to always give him grief about that. But what he meant to me as a friend, and what he's meant to St. Louis and people beyond St. Louis, if you can't be at an event like this, and it's a waste of your time. But he's just been a dynamic person, and I thought it was important and I see so many other people who decided to make this trek as well to be part of what I'm going to call one of the great nights of this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mike, I know you know because you're a great friend of DJ's. DJ never liked getting credit for anything, and
he passed the buck down. He kicked the can down the road to somebody else. He didn't need it because his heart absorbed it, and he didn't need the adulation that some people think they need. He was a guy who just believed in what was going on and did his job and looked forward to doing something else, and that's what made him special, and he made him unique. He was a guy you can only say no to once. He was a guy who had your back no matter how bad your day was. And he would call you at all hours of the days and night, and he would ask you questions. Big dog, man, why are they doing that, man? What's going on? And then you have to bring him, DJ, you're on the top floor. Come on, let's get down to another level. You don't want you jumping. Right. But he had such passion about so many things, and that's what makes him such a special person.
One final question, Mike, and you just hit upon it. You look at all the people that it didn't matter for all different walks of life. He just seemed to have that ability to connect with people like that.
He didn't care what zip code you came from. If it was something that needed to be done, he was going to be there for you. If he thought you were real, you had no problem. But he could see through the BS with the best of them. Yeah. And then he wouldn't walk away from it. He would just step back slowly. Because you never knew when you guys would cross paths again. He had an incredible gauge of character in people. And he could always bring the best out of people when they didn't even know they had it. And that's what made him a special person.
All right, Mike, thanks so much.
Oh, man, anytime for you, man.
All right, that's Mike. It's Mike.
We go way
back.
You don't have a gold tooth, though.
No, I never. My mother was never a fan of the gold tooth, so I couldn't get away with it.
Yeah, I think DJ figured it out, too. Right. What a wonderful man and a great night.
God bless. Thanks, Mike.
My pleasure.
We're celebrating Demetrious Johnson, DJ being enshrined, and Jamie, who was always right there, helping DJ set everything up, make sure that it was right. And Jamie, just your thoughts after tonight's enshrinement.
I think DJ being inducted today just made sense. We're all here because of him. We're all connected because of him. And he threw us into the fire. I remember my first time, he's like, "You're doing sideline reporting." I'm like, "What? I don't know. I'm not ready for sideline reporting." But DJ did that to us. He put us in spaces and places, and he did a great job connecting us all.
And Jamie, again, we talk about DJ. I mean, this is so special to have, the foundation, you and the family, everybody here. But he never really liked being honored for things. He just didn't like getting credit for things like that.
No, DJ is probably in heaven talking to God and giving us some choice heavenly words right now. This was not his thing. He would have never willingly done this, but I think seeing his children together on stage, seeing the foundation elevated, if it was going to do those things, he would always agree. If it does something for the community, and if it forced him to be out front, it worked, but his main goal was to push the foundation, and that's what this event really does, honoring him.
Just wanted to ask you this too, Jamie. We all know about how just tremendous of an athlete DJ was and what he did in football, from high school to college to the pros. But he took just as much interest and love for the community work as he did what he did on the field.
Okay, I thought you were going to talk about his coaching. Can we get back to that later? Let's talk about that. But DJ's commitment to the community was special. I mean, nobody gave more. And like Franco Samano said, you know, sometimes he thinks his heart gave out because it was really too big and too giving. And that matches the energy that DJ gave to everybody.
Absolutely. We've been talking about our dear friend Demetrious Johnson, his enshrinement, and one of his best friends here, I tell you, ever, Dan Weinstorff, as I get to see, I said it right here.
Right.
And Dan, I just kind of wanted to just ask you kind of like, what were your thoughts as DJ was being enshrined, your thoughts that came to mind?
Tears. Tears, because I truly miss him. He was a dear friend of mine, and to this day, you know, I tell people, I say, I'll be reading something in the paper, and I say, man, I'm going to call DJ. Can't call DJ about it. And, you know, it's an honor he truly deserved, because he was a great person for the community. I don't think anyone ever did more, and I think Randy and Frank did a nice job talking about DJ. There's one thing I would say about DJ. You know, I'm friends with a gentleman who's well known in this town, Mr. Herzog, and I am out with him a lot, and, you know, everyone comes up to me, you know, he's royalty. But you know what? Whenever I was out with DJ, he was royalty too, because, man, there were so many young people that would come up and say, hello, Mr. Johnson, hello, Mr. Johnson. And so I started calling, oh, you're the legend, you're the legend. He started laughing. I said, oh, the legend, Demetrious Johnson. And he liked that, but he was our dear friend, you know that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
We had fun together, and I just miss him, and it was an honor he deserved. I went over to the cemetery on his birthday, and that was tough. That was tough.
Sure.
Miss him. Miss him.
Absolutely. And
I don't mean to be depressing,
No,
but
no.
That's it. You know, you remember he was special, and you remember those special times, and those memories will live forever.
Absolutely. And you and DJ, man, you guys talked about everything from A to Z. I mean, there was nothing that was off limits with you guys, right?
No, but every time I'd say something, he said, oh, I'm going to check with KevyKev. I'm going to check with KevyKev. Let me call Kevy. Kevy, how about this? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Validation. Call KevyKev. Let me call Kevy. That's what he did.
I know it was just funny to me, because I mean, you guys. I mean, it's funny what you guys. I mean, it could be any topic. That's what was.
Yeah, we talked about everything. We talked about family, and you know, I've told you this. He was with me that morning when he went home and had the attack, and he was very reflective that morning, and it went on for over an hour. And that was not like him. You know, he usually was in a hurry, but that morning he was not. And I always remember he said to me, he says, man, Dan, I don't know, man, this is so hard. I don't know why I do it. And I said, you know why you do it. It's because it's the right thing. And that's all you ever do is the right thing. He said, you're right, I got to do it.
We're visiting now with DJ's daughter, Taylor. And Taylor, this is a special evening, I know, for you and the family.
It's so special. I mean, this just means the world to us that my dad is being honored and recognized for not only his work in the community, but also his athletic legacy, and it's just a beautiful thing.
No question. And I know your parents always, that was the thing of giving back, and they put that in you all as their daughters.
Absolutely. I mean, that was something that my dad was intentional about, like instilling in us from childhood, always give back, and my mom as well, so we have to keep it going. We have to keep giving back.
Absolutely. And when you talk about your dad, like you say, everybody knows just how tremendous of an athlete he was, but again, a committed life to service and to young kids, giving them back everything.
Absolutely. I would say that that's probably even more important to him over athletics, over the sport of football, was giving back.
All right. I got to ask you this, Taylor. Taylor, you all know she's a pilot, and how's it going with your flying? How's that going?
It's going great. I mean, I love getting in the air, so it's amazing. It's a source of freedom, honestly, and I would encourage, if you are interested in flying, you can always start with a discovery flight. Start small. You don't have to commit. Just see if you are interested. So, St. Louis flight training. that's where I would go.
Taylor, thanks so much. We are honored to be talking here now with Mike, the Tackle Jones. And Mike, I know one of your dear friends, Demetrious Johnson, being honored tonight. Just talk about that and DJ's enshrinement.
Well, you know, it is an honor, well-deserved. You know, it's long coming. You know, as much as he did, you know, playing football and doing things, going to University of Missouri and high school, McKinley, and playing for the Detroit Lions, you know, he did much, much more as a community activist, as, you know, the Demetrious Johnson Foundation. So, you know, he's just done so many great things in his community, and it's great to honor him.
We are just honored to get a chance to talk to DJ's daughter, Sydney. Sydney, first of all, just kind of with your thoughts, you know, tonight, your dad honored, and just kind of like want to get your thoughts on tonight's enshrinement.
I think it's just really a great honor that they really noticed my dad and were able to honor him in a great way. And we got, you know, a little memorabilia so we can always remember him by, and everything that he did, like outside of, you know, the community and everything else.
He didn't like getting credit for all the great work that he did.
Not at all. He wouldn't come. I already know for a fact. He already had so many awards that he was trying to get, or that people were trying to give him. He wouldn't go.
He wouldn't go.
Not at all.
We are here now with DJ's barber. That's right, Big Mike. Barbershop Talk. Mike, you were here tonight seeing DJ being enshrined in the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame, the class of 2023. I'm just kind of wondering what's going through Big Mike's head right about now.
Hey, man, it's good to be here. DJ was a great guy, man. I'm telling you, DJ made me great. The way DJ talked, man, is something else. You know, people, he always called me Big Mike. A lot of people don't know he called me Big Mike because my son is Little Mike. And when I went to the radio station, I think Ruth Starr came to the door one day because DJ said Big Mike at the door. He made me seem so big. She said, I thought it was a guy about 6'8", 300. I said, no, my name Big Mike. That's my son, Little Mike.
Right.
Hey, man, DJ was great, man. It just don't seem that he's gone.
Man.
DJ was the real deal, man. Hey, my barber business boomed because of Big Mike Barbershop Talk on Demetrious Johnson radio show.
And Mike, I had to ask you, what were like some of the conversations, like when DJ would come in the shop? What all did y'all talk about in the barbershop?
He talked about everything, but he always liked to hit on my Dallas Cowboys. He'd wait till they lose and say, hey, Big Mike, who won that game yesterday? I said, what game you talking about? He said, Dallas. I said, man, you got jokes. You know who won, man. That's when Dallas lose, he'll do stuff like that, man.
You know, go ahead, I'm sorry, Mike.
No, but he talk about everything, man, and don't get on his bad side. He'll throw you under the bus. He said, that's all right. You keep backing up, it won't be no more Big Mike Barbershop Talk. And when he say stuff like that, he'll come in the shop. I got 4 people sitting there, and he said, man, can you get me there? I said, DJ, I got 4 people, man. He said, just tell him I was next. I said, DJ, that ain't right. He said, okay, no more Big Mike Barbershop Talk.
I was going to ask you to tell about how DJ would kind of jump the line there, but
Right, yeah, he always jumped the line.
He'd say he'd make a phone call and say, hey, who in the chair?
Right, yeah. He said, tell him I was next. Hey, man, DJ was a great dude, though, man.
Yeah. You know, and I always love DJ's famous line. He would say, so Big Mike, where they go to get that cut, right?
Hey, grandson of barbershop, baby. 3315 Olive, 531-2838 Harley from anywhere. Right around the corner from KEVY'S. Fine dining.
There you go. That's Big Mike with Barbershop Talk, celebrating the 2023 St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame enshrinement, and we're celebrating Demetrious Johnson. We now are honored to get a chance now to talk to DJ's daughter, Alex. Alex, first of all, just kind of want to ask you about your thoughts. It was just beautiful to see you and your sisters, the family up there, honoring your dad.
Yes. First of all and foremost, I'm very honored to even be here on behalf of my father. It's a lot of racing emotions, very bittersweet evening, but more sweet, of course. Able to really celebrate him because all of everything that he was able to do in St. Louis for the community stemmed from his love from sports. So it's like that opened the door for him, and then ultimately now he's able to be still remembered for all those contributions as well.
You know, we had a chance to talk to your sister Taylor a little earlier, and one of the things we talked about was how, you know, your dad and mom, they always of course, we know your dad was a fabulous, tremendous athlete, but they always instilled in all of y'all about how it was important to give back to the community.
Oh yeah, that was non-stop embedded into our brains. He was the most humble man I've ever known. And what I always tell people is like he raised us as quarterbacks and safeties, but loved us as princesses. So always got us prepared for the world, told us that like everything that you all have right now was based on the sweat and tears of us, your parents. But ultimately, it's to give back and to just know that you're actually blessed and that you have to pay for it. The only thing I can say my dad did for himself was work out.
Okay.
Like seriously, all he did was take care of his body by working out, doing his 6 miles a day, bragging on that. But then after that, it was going back to giving to the community, looking out for someone's aunt, brother, sister, friend, and really trying to make someone else's life better for that day and moving forward. That was his life.
It wouldn't be a night without having Rob Turner, DJ's childhood friend, here to celebrate him being enshrined to the Missouri, the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame here at the Missouri Athletic Club. And Rob, just tell me your thoughts, man, as you saw DJ's enshrinement tonight.
Oh, man, it was a wonderful thing. I felt that it was long overdue. He had done so much for the city of St. Louis. And but this to see him get recognized, man, for everything he have done, man, I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Yeah. So I came on in town to be a part of it.
And you and DJ, I mean, how old were you up when you guys became friends? How old were you then?
Let me tell you, I met DJ when I was 13 years old. We played at the Checker Dome at a halftime game before the Spirits, the ABA.
Is that right?
Yeah. I think he tried to hurt me then. He tried to end my career then, man. And then we went on to high school together, man, and he became made varsity, and he became my power forward, man, on my McKinley High School team.
Yeah.
And was a pretty good ball player, man. DJ was a good athlete, man. And a lot of people didn't give him credit for that, but he played all the sports: baseball, football, basketball. Was
great swimmer.
Yeah, he did it all.
And like you say, he could have got scholarships into all those other sports too as well.
He wouldn't run track with me. I tried to get him to run track to stay in shape all year round. He said, "Man, I'm gonna play baseball."
Yeah, he told me he didn't want to do that running, so he played and was a tremendous baseball player.
Yeah, he was a hell of a baseball player, man. He was just an all-around player, man, and all-around good guy, man, big heart, And he was a good guy, man. And so I had to be here to see him enshrined in the Hall of Fame, the Missouri Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and when you were growing up, and you knew about how great an athlete he was, but I think, and we've heard everyone say that DJ, he took what he did in the community at the same level as he was as an athlete.
Oh yeah, he put his heart and soul into making other people's lives better, man. I remember when we first started the Demetrious Johnson Foundation, man, in like 1983 or 84, somewhere around there. We had 75 baskets, man. It took us like about 9 hours, and we went from 79 baskets, man, to over 3,000. So that's the testimony, man, to his hard work and, getting people involved. We walked the projects in South St. Louis, man, trying to make people Thanksgiving better.
Yeah.
So it was a good time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I know you continue to work with the foundation even from afar.
Oh yeah. Anytime I get a chance to come back here for Thanksgiving, St. Louis, Christmas, I make it back home, man, and try to do some of that. It's still in my heart, man. Even though my man is gone, it's still a great feeling, man, to try to see other people, or help others.
Pat, you knew Demetrious the longest, the best, and I at least would always say, I don't know how Pat do it because he gets on my nerves, right? I remember coming to the house and be like, getting on my nerves, like he's being mean today. But you always stood tall. You always honored the family. And you always had a bit of grace about you that when the two of you all together, you kind of set a calmness over him. Tell us through the storm, how did you keep DJ calm?
Well, first of all, I just want to say it's all him. It's all him, God, Jesus Christ. That's all I have to say to give me the level of peace, to be able to just receive him as who he was. And he was a loving man, a loving father, a loving husband, and he was just giving to everybody. When Frank said he had a big heart, he always had that big heart. I met him at 15 when I was a sophomore in high school, and he was that way then. He never changed as far as being generous. I mean, selflessness. He's never thinking about himself. He's always giving to everybody, anytime, for whatever reason. He gave. And we think about it now, and we wonder, how did he do so much for so many people all the time? And we think back and we say, well, you call him and let me call you back. Let me call you back. He was always just 24/7 thinking about what the next thing was that he had to do for somebody, And you call him, you talk to him, and I'm grinding. And it's never grinding for himself. He cared nothing about money. He cared nothing about cars. He cared nothing about clothes. He cared nothing about houses. So his grind, when he said he was grinding, it wasn't about him. He was grinding to give back to whoever had that need. And that's who he was.
We got an opportunity now to talk with Carlos Mayfield Los, who's always been right there for DJ, a right-hand man since, oh my gosh. He always referred to Los as his little brother. Los, just want to know what's kind of going through your head after seeing DJ's enshrinement tonight?
Well, I tell you, Kevy, it was very moving, heart-stirring, just really to see the man who we know and love so much be honored. It was well-deserved. It certainly just brought back a lot of memories. It's hard to believe that Demetrious is not with us anymore. It's really hard to believe. And I often wonder, because he called me regularly, with my phone's going to ring again, with him calling me, fussing at me. So, but yes, it was very good to see his kids here and you here and many others who come to celebrate with DJ tonight. It was amazing, Kevy, to see him transfer those athletic skills and that as you said, that drive and into the corporate environment. I told him he had a unique gift, he really did, where he was able to ride on dual tracks. He could live in the community that he came out of, but yet he could also cross the boardroom into the corporate environment. And he was able to blend the communities together with that, and it was so powerful how God used him for that.
I'm talking with a dear friend of DJ, Demetrious Johnson, Sonny Metcalf. Sonny, he just saw, hey, how you doing? You just saw the ceremony. Just kind of give me your thoughts after seeing the enshrinement.
Oh, this is a beautiful event here in downtown St. Louis. DJ being inducted into St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame. All his kids were here. They received a nice little memento. I mean, it's just touching, Randy Character and Frank, who's a mother, did a great tribute to him. So I'm just glad I was able to be a part of this event. I only wish he was here, to share it with us, but I'm sure he's getting the message.
Tell me just what you'll always just take from just your friendship and your relationship with DJ.
Well, like I said, he always tell people, I got your back. He had my back, whether it be 9 o'clock in the morning, whether it be midnight, 2 in the morning, he'd call me no matter what. If I had a situation, I can call him any time of day, and he would be right there. He'd call me any time of the day or night, and hey, you couldn't deny him.
We're here celebrating our good friend, our great friend, Demetrious Johnson, and now we have the honor and the privilege to talk to his son, Jalen. Jalen, just first of all, just want to get your thoughts about tonight. It was a really special night.
My dad was a very special man, and I'm glad he got his respect. He deserved this a long time ago. I know he's saying that he was smiling too.
Absolutely, and I know he's so proud of you. And we've heard all the stories tonight, giving all the honor to your dad, and things that we constantly heard about and talked about was just how your dad is a tremendous, wonderful, just outstanding athlete, but they also talk about just his commitment to service. And of course, you were always there with him, passing out turkeys and Christmas parties as well.
Yeah, I've been around. I started going when I was around 12, 13 years old to his events, and I was just like, wow. I said, this is what he was like talking about. He was always talking about it, and I was like, I'm actually here and I'm witnessing it. It's the real deal.
I know that your dad and your mom instilled in you too that whole idea of it is important to give back, and we see that with you now. You're continuing to work with your dad's foundation right now.
Yes, sir. That's all he told me. He said, you know what? He said, sometime I'm going to be gone. He said, it's your turn. You up next. He said, just handle your business, and you can handle mine when I'm done. I'm like, I got you. That's all I said. I got you.
Now we get an opportunity to talk to DJ's right-hand man at the foundation, and now he is the president of the foundation. This is Coach Jim Collins, and of course, president of the Demetrious Johnson Charitable Foundation. Coach, you received the honor on behalf of the family, and I can only just imagine what was kind of going through your head as you were up there receiving the honor for DJ tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of things were going through my head, Kevy, but far and foremost, very deserving. You know, congratulations to his family, to his brothers and sisters, to his mom who is in heaven, Annie Mae Binion. You know, and that's where it all started. You know what I mean? We can talk about his football career and what he did in high school, what he did in college, what he did in the NFL, but when the lights go off, he was able to still sustain a relationship in this community and give back like no other. And for that, we are very proud, and it's been a great night.
I had to laugh, Coach, when you said Delwood and Holloman, because it made me think of Mayor Jones. He used to always say, now DJ will come to that, don't bring a piece of candy. And he come in there giving all the orders.
That's what he said. He said, DJ, he would say, DJ will bring a piece of candy, but he's going to make all the rules for the party. And so that's who he was, man. He was a giving spirit, man, and I thank God for him. I thank God for his family. I thank God for the legacy that he has left for all of us to follow, man. And it's a special night, and congratulations to not just to the foundation, but all those who support the foundation on a daily basis.
Well, that's going to wrap things up here from the Missouri Athletic Club and the 2023 St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame Enshrinement Dinner. It was truly a special night. 11 awardees enshrined and inducted into the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame. And, of course, our dear friend Demetrious Johnson honored as well. I want to thank everybody for all the help, all the support, and all the kind words that they were able to give us for the show. Special thanks to the family, too. DJ's family was just wonderful. It was a good time. And our producer and videographer, Ed Grider, for all his help and work as always. So until next time on the show, I'm KevyKev, and we'll talk to you on the Community Corner.